You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming. And programming in other great music formats. Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy. America's Street Music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle with all the great songs you heard before and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. At a brand new time, every third Saturday at 12 noon Central on GJRB.
Watch, pray, for you not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy, New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pandemics, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, signs in the heavens. Keep up with world news and events you hear on GJRB's News on the Hour. Go to End Time Headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. With a lot of chaos happening, keep in touch with End Time Headlines and GJRB. And now, let's scroll through social media.
And we'll continue to scroll through our final half hour, 45 minutes or so, of Garyj Sports Page on GJRB. Yeah, right. You know it. Talk about sports all over the country. That's what we're doing right now. Garyj Sports Page on GJRB Online. Glad you could be with us. And probably the last half hour, 45 minutes of the show yet. No, a little less than that. About, let's say, 48 minutes left. Something like that. Anyway, welcome back. Garyj Sports Page on GJRB Online. And, excuse me, I have a little bit of problem with my teeth again, and it hurts a little bit, so I've been sucking on a cotton ball, which has, Orgel on it, and I took a Lupitone, so that kind of takes care of things, but sometimes it still hurts for a while, you know? So, bear with me if, having a little bit of trouble with the old teeth. The old choppers ain't what they used to be, you know. But anyway, welcome back to Garyj Sports Page in our last half hour. We're going to do that now. We are overdue for scores. So we're going to do that right now on Garyj's Sports Page. And let's see what we're doing right now. Big event here. Let's see, we got a score now. New York are ahead of Tampa Bay. A score of 4-3. And what's our homers? Yeah, homers. Home runs by Gary Sanchez to far left. Made it 2-2. Steven Souza Jr. homered 337 feet to the left. To put Tampa Bay up ahead, 3-2. But now But now a home run left Matt Holliday scoring. Matt Holliday scoring. So the home run 4-3 in favor of the New York Yankees. Okay, the New York Yankees winning by a score of 4-3 right now. And in the game against the Los Angeles Angels and the Toronto Blue Jays, we have a score of Toronto beating. Yeah, so Toronto's ahead. Toronto is ahead by a score of 5-3. And Miguel Montero, who used to play for the Cubs, Montero, home run, Montero, 421 feet in deep center to scoring Steve Pearce, and the Toronto is now ahead 5-3 over the over Los Angeles. So that's some of the score. Miguel Montero, who just was just traded by the Cubs, is now playing for for them. So he homered, and they're winning. So 5-3 in favor of Toronto, and that's what's going on in the scores there. Okay. Alrighty, and here's some of the games getting played tonight in the Major League. And here's what's happening tonight. Real live game start. We'll start with that. San Francisco Giants. They're playing the Dodgers. Now, Mitchell is on the mound for the Dodgers. New York Mets are going to play the Seattle Mariners. Houston playing Detroit. on Sports Page. Gary J. Russell with you. Gary J. Sports Page, wrapping it up for this afternoon. One more half hour to go, and we're going to use that last half hour by giving you some more sports stories, and we'll do another continue my scroll through social media, and we're going to continue talking on the social media thing here as we continue with our final half hour Sports Page here on GJRB non-stop. The last 40 some minutes, complete non-stop this last half hour. All right, let's take a look. All right, let's see what's going down the line here. We got about NASCAR here. Let's see where we heard that one. So I'm going to go back to Facebook, and we're gonna visit Google Plus here in just a little bit as well here on Sports Page. But meanwhile, I'm going to go back to my let's see. I'm gonna go back to my Facebook page. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to go here and go back into my Facebook page, and we're going to see if there's anybody on here, and we're going to go through. Oh, by the way, I want to do that while I'm thinking about it. Let's go into my Spreaker public site as well, because I want to see if I'm getting any numbers at all in this last half hour. So I'm going to do that here on the Gary J. Sports Page here on GJRB Online. You can be part of the show, and it looks like I'm probably not getting anybody listening right now, because I looked at all three last of my parts, and they're all zeros. Big fat goose eggs, folks. So I'm talking to myself. That's okay, because I know that there are going to be people listening later as they tune in and listen to the web, to the podcast. Okay? So in the meantime, let's do a little bit more Facebook stuff here, and let's see if there's any replies to anything. Okay, let's see. Alright, let's see. On the page here, prepare today, survive tomorrow, and that. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I have no messages there other than, let's see. I want to go back to that for a minute. Reach Ozzy Jarvis for a minute. And we have, yeah. Okay, so her mom was fine. Message seemed to say something different. Funeral on a loved one. So it was her father-in-law. She lost her father-in-law. So her husband, Brandon, lost his dad. So I know how that feels. I know that my dad's gone. And I miss him all the time. So my condolences to you, my friend, and we'll be praying for you. I'll tell you what we're going to do right now. Let's go back to the main page, and I'm going to see if I missed anything as far as that's concerned. So I'm going to kind of flip into saved, and I had this interesting one here I wanted to point out. Oh yeah, yesterday the Dow Jones Industrial Averages closed high yesterday, which I thought was kind of neat. Yeah, closed high. It's fabulous. Here we go. Let's take a look at some of these. These are home run leaders. Home run leaders, and I don't see a cub in them. Some of the home run leaders. We got some opinions on some of these, so we'll read some of them. Home run leaders from MLB on Fox. Number 1, Giancarlo Stanton. He's 33, coming in number 33. He has 33 home runs. Aaron Judge, 32. 29 for Mike Moustakas. He's 29. Justin Smock had 28. Tied with Cody Bellinger, and then Chris Davis was 28 on there. So there's some of them. And let's see. I don't know. A lot of opinions. Meanwhile, in boxing,
John Bones Jones blows a kiss to Daniel Cormier during an intense weigh-ins. Okay, that's interesting. Erica Shepherd advanced in the championship round in bizarre fashion. This is in women's golf. We haven't done that yet. We should check the leaderboard real quick on that golf tournament. Erica Shepherd wins the U.S. Girls Junior Semifinals in a bizarre fashion. She advanced now into
Elizabeth
the
Boone taking on Erica Shepherd. All 4 players Americans here. Shepherd, the lefty, at the 4th or 2nd shot.
Beautiful shot. She couldn't even see that land. He steps into it and lets it rip.
Fabulous. Wow.
Well, I talked through that one nicely.
Got close.
And Shepherd gets it to go, and she is going to have to maneuver this around the trees.
Wonderful.
This was a 9-iron from 125.
Really good. Very good.
Wow, impressive.
Well, I'm going to echo the sentiments of his caddy. Really good there. Puts the pressure right back on Elizabeth.
Wow.
This is a good-looking shot.
Lovely.
Very good-looking shot.
Real close. And of course, this is visual, folks, so I can't really play the whole thing, but apparently she advances to the... Let's see here. Really visual.
All right. You cannot concede after the fact. So after the fact that you've already moved the ball, you cannot concede the putt. So it's a violation of Rule 18-2, which is moving your ball while it's in play, which would be
Somebody
a one-stroke
violated
penalty.
there.
And you have to replace it, so it's the loss of hope. Well, no, it's not. Yeah, it is one stroke, but because of that, Erica, you are the winner. Congratulations.
So that makes her a winner through a disqualification. So that's why Erica
Erica,
Shepherd
can
won.
you tell us what's going through your
in
mind?
advancing
Really
that
an
round.
unfortunate way to end a hard battle today.
Yeah, I really didn't want to win like that, but I mean, I guess I still won, but I still feel bad for Elizabeth, what happened on that hole.
Going into tomorrow, again, you were the trailing in the match all day. How did you pull this out, and what will you do going into the finals tomorrow?
Today, I just, towards the end, when I was a couple down, I just really grinded it out and just made some putts when I needed to, and just worked out. So tomorrow, if I can just keep on doing that, I'll be fine.
All right, good luck tomorrow.
So there you go. Erica Shepherd winning in advance in the in that oddball way of winning that, because one got disqualified for a violation. So she won the finals in the U.S. Girls Junior Golf Championship. So there you go. And the U.S. Open Championship in the finals there too in their leaderboard. Looking at Brooks Kopaka, he top of the leaderboard, 16 under par, and Brian Herman 12 under par, and close third there was Japanese player. Yeah, so there you go. Congratulations to that one. And the other one was the RBC. Let's see, that was the RBC Open in Canada, which I believe was in their third round, if I'm not mistaken, ever in Oakville, Canada. Oakville, Canada was the, I'm looking for it now, the RBC, let me see here. Where is it? I just saw it here. Here it is, RBC Canadian Open Leaderboard. Let's take a look at that leaderboard and see is still on top of that leaderboard at this point. Going down to okay, here we go. Down to the
you have to
leaderboard.
stuff it. You just want to get it on green and give yourself a chance.
Okay, I'm done with that one.
Top of that leaderboard for the U.S. that is a Canadian golf tournament going on right now. That can be watched on. I think it's on NBC, if I'm not mistaken. And top of the leaderboard there, Robert Garyj is at the top of the leaderboard with 15 under par. Coming in was Charlie Hoffman. He was 15 under par. These are all 15 under pars, 3 in a row. The first 3, top of the leaderboard. All tied for first place. Kevin Chappelle, 15 under par. Ryan Ruffles, 14 under par. And Adrian Gonzalez, 13 under par. So this Robert Garyj, more than likely, will probably win this. He's doing real good so far. So it's looking good for the RBC Canadian Open, and that is in Oakville, Ontario, Canada. Right now, there are 81 degrees up there in Oakville, Canada. Oakville, Ontario, Canada. You guys are 81 degrees right now, and this is airing right now on NBC Golf. It's on now on NBC Golf, and you can hear it on the radio. I don't know how you can follow golf on the radio. PGA Tour Radio. Okay, there you go. All right, this is Garyj Sports Pages. We're wrapping things up here on GJRB Online and talking sports in the last half hour or so, and talking a lot about a lot of sports. This is an interesting one coming in. This boxing. Look like a crackhead with a suit on.
Looks like a junkie here today.
I look like a. I'm
like
not
a crackhead with a suit on.
Was that?
You look like a crackhead with a suit on.
Don Jones.
I could look like a crackhead with a suit on, but I've never been a crackhead like you don't.
Oh,
so you can say I look like one, but I've never been one.
They do battle. It says John Bonds Jones against Daniel Cormier, which I guess they're going to be fighting here.
So I'm just excited to prove that again.
You have no room to judge nobody. You sit there with your mouth shut.
Oh, yeah.
Before I walk over there and smack the out of you.
Well, we all know he won't do that, right? Are you mad, Daniel? The truth will set you free.
If I don't get there, you've seen time and time again.
You can always say confidently that I am the only ever 206.2-pound champion of the world. You'll always have that title.
Yeah, I love it. That's great. And that is John Bones Jones and Daniel Cormier, and DC's responses to a fight they're going to be doing, I guess, or are. And I thought that was funny. So a lot of these people who I don't really follow boxing, but I'm gonna. Interesting story there. Some people write, how can you say someone looks like a crackhead when you used to be one? One wrote, they would. Why would he call him a crackhead when he was one himself? Of course, this is all like they probably all are. The only reason JJ beat DC last time was that DC didn't do enough to beat John. He was literally even matched. If it happens like that again this time, JJ won't be bailed out by being a champ. DC will keep his belt. All I gotta say is he better be more BC. He did not beat up DC last time. So some of the comments on that one. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff there in boxing. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. Anyway, the Cubs. We didn't really do the Cubs. We didn't do the baseball standings yet, did we? So we got about 19 minutes. We can do that before we close out the show today. I don't think we even got into baseball standings, did we? We did the American League, I think. Yeah, we just did the American League. We didn't get to the National League. So I'm going to go back to my. I'm going to go back to my Yahoo Sports here and go back into MLB. Let's see, a quicker way to do that usually is to go into history and pull that up. Let's see, MLB. I'm going to go into my history. I pull that up. let's see. MLB. Here we go. All right, here I'm on MLB page right now. Let's take a look and see what's going on. In the bottom of the 7th inning right now, still the New York Yankees are ahead of Tampa Bay 4-3. And Los Angeles Angels or Anaheim, what is it? Anaheim Angels, they just took the lead again. He just took the lead again, 6-5, after Cliff Pennington hit a sacrifice fly to center to Ben Revere, scoring it 6-5 right now in favor of Los Angeles Angels at this time on Sportspage here on GJRB Online. So how about that? They kind of got ahead. They're trying to get back, so that's a good thing. Let's take a look at the sports scores here. Wait a minute. I was going down. So let's go back down to that page. I'm going to flip over back and do the standings for the National League, because we haven't done that yet. Haven't done the standings for the National League, so I want to go back to the MLB here real quick before we close out. We need to get the standings for the National League, so let's do that right now. And real quickly, let's see. Let me write it down here. Where is it? Okay, we gotta get the standings for the National League here real quick. All right, here we go. So we're going to go to the National League now for the standings there. Number 1 in the National League East right now, in first place, Washington Nationals. They're 61-39. In at number 2, New York Mets, 48-53. Atlanta, they're 48-53. Miami's 48-53. Philadelphia, 36-64. And here we are in the National League Central. The National League Central, the Chicago Cubs in first place. Yeah. All right, you know I'm a Cub fan. You know I'm going to be sticking up for them. 54-48. Milwaukee's in at number 2 at 55-50. St. Louis 51-52. Pittsburgh Pirates are down close to the basement in fourth place at 50-53, winning 50 and losing 53. Cubs winning 54, winning 48. And Cincinnati is in the basement with 41-62. The National League West, Los Angeles Dodgers are at the top in first place in their division, 72-31. Arizona Diamondbacks in second, 59-44. Colorado, the Rockies, they're in third, 58-45. San Diego, they're 46-57. San Francisco Giants, 40-64. So the Giants are in the basement. Sorry for calling the 49ers. I don't know what I did there. I kind of flipped and went football there for a minute. Anyway, Washington. So I'd say with the Cubs on top of the National League Central, we got the East Washington Nationals. It's going to be an interesting race again this year. It really is going to be a very interesting race this year for the playoffs. And I'll be following that for you as well here on Sportspage when we get back on the air in August. I will be talking more about this stuff. Major League Baseball plans to start doing baseball overseas. I talked about that. MLB's Trades 2017, grading top moves before deadline ends. And it looks like this is an interesting story. Surprisingly, a flurry of prior trade deadline for July 31st. A number of key trades are likely to be impacted on the pennant races. They're already taking place at this piece. And we look at the major trades and providing some grades of teams involved in this. So there's some big trades going on. There's a trade deadline, I guess, each month, isn't there? And one is coming up for the 31st. In the trade deadlines, here's some of the trades so far. Quintana went to the Cubs, and Quintana went to the Cubs. We already know that one. Diamondbacks acquired slugger Martinez. The Diamondbacks are in the top now for the wild card slot in the National League. They made a huge move to bolster their position when trading outfielder JT Martinez to Detroit for the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers received the infield prospects with Dual Lugo, Sergio Alcantara, and Jose King from Arizona. So about that. Diamondbacks. And let's see. Well, this was after a disappointing first half of the season. We're going to talk about the Cubs for a minute. They're struggling on losing at the All-Star break. Defending World Series champs acquired left-hander Jose Quintana. We know about that. They got him from the White Sox. And the Cubs sent 2 prospects to the White Sox, including Elroy Jimenez and pitcher Dylan Cease. We know this one from our last sports page. We talked about this. Matt Rose and Brian Fleet all went to the White Sox in that complete deal. Cubs A- Quintana and dependable starter provides a major upgrade. The White Sox B+ White Sox trying to build a team that would be competitive in 2019 and 2020, and there are no guarantees that Jimenez and Cease will turn into stars, but the general manager Rick Hahn said he's following the game plan and making some smart moves. So there you go. All right, let's take a look. Yankees gets Robinson, Cannell, and Frazier from the White Sox. So they got some players from the White Sox too. Okay, and let's see. The Red Sox acquire Nunez from the Giants. And the Rockies acquire all-star reliever Nashik from Philadelphia. And the Rays add power to their bat with Duda. We were talking about that earlier. So there's some of the trades in the MLB. Okay. And we're wrapping up Sports Page here on GJRB with about 11 minutes left in the program. So that kind of gave me a chance to talk about what's coming up on GJRB. First of all, as I was saying earlier, tomorrow I'm going to be, if you're living in this area and you're listening to this here on Spreaker, I'm going to be up there tomorrow at Comanche Days. That's at Comanche, Iowa, just down the road from us. Our church has a booth up there. Please come by and stop and say hi. Love to see you. They're going to be up there tomorrow all day, and I'm going to be I got the tablet up there, and I'm going to be videoing all day long with the tablet and the camera. I'm going to be shooting some video, which you'll see on the next edition of the Gary Russin. New show is renamed the Gary Russin Video Show on GJRB TV's YouTube channel. I'll play those videos when we come around to the next show toward the end of August. So watch for that. I'll give you the planned air date for those so that you can see yourself on YouTube. So you might want to check that out. So come on down. I'm going to be up there tomorrow, pretty much a good chunk of the day, shooting for that during that event, and I hope to see you all up there as I do some videos up there for the GJRB TV YouTube channel and for our CCF Church. Christian Community Fellowship Church will be up there. We have our service up there in the morning at 10:30, so come on down and join us in praise and worship for the Lord Jesus Christ and spend the rest of the day with us up there tomorrow. And on Tuesday, I'm going to be on the air here live again for the Gary Russin program on GJRB Online. We'll be on the air at 2 o'clock Central Time here on Spreaker from 2 to 5 p.m. for the Gary Russin program. So if you'll tune in for that broadcast, got a lot of interesting things to talk about. We're going to talk about Donald Trump. What is it with this guy? I'm telling you, he thinks the White House... I think he's got some idea that he's like on the Apprentice or something here. Look how many guys backed out on him. First, let's see, man. He fired the FBI director. He got rid of a lot of his guys, and a couple of guys resigned. and going, man, there's a lot of guys jumping ship here. Flag's got to be going up in old Trump's head here. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, we'll be talking about that. And what's this about the transgender? Yep, transgender. He banned the transgender from going into serve. Transgenders cannot serve in the military. He banned them, saying that he will not pay, he don't think taxpayers will pay for procedures to be done for sex change operations. Well, they interviewed a guy here recently on Fox, I think, no, MSNBC, one of the two networks, I think it might have been Morning Joe, and they interviewed a guy in the military who is transsexual, who says that no one is getting that operation. No one is doing that. He stated that there is no need, and it should not be right that Donald Trump pulled this ban on them. So we're going to talk about that. What do you think of that ban? Okay, what do you think of that ban? Do you think the transsexual should serve in the military? Should still serve in the military? Your opinion on that would be appreciated when we get together on Tuesday afternoon. We're not going to be on Monday. No broadcast Monday. We'll be on the air Tuesday afternoon here on Spreaker for the Gary Rustin program here on GJRB Online. Also, we're going to talk about the first video show, which I call the Gary Rustin program on YouTube, but it's going to be now named the Gary Rustin Video Show on GJRB TV on YouTube. That program was okay. Personally, it had its bad points, basically because I'm working with this XSplit broadcaster, and it kind of likes to drag. Apparently, I guess I have to have a 32-bit 30-bit operating system to make it work better. So I'm just working on either 24-bit, whatever the case may be, but this is all I've got. Okay, so I got to work with what I've got. So that's pretty much it. So the videos might not be the best. My opening video kind of skipped really bad. Sounded like a really awful CD. Just don't know what happened there. It really sounded terrible. But otherwise, I think their show went pretty good for the first video. But like I said before, I need work on a few things. And basically, the one thing that I do need work on is the that video show. I have a lot more to do with that. Basically, got to practice with it and play around with it, and I'm going to be doing that. We schedule myself to do that in my ongoing projects list. So to work on that and get better at it. So, I'm going to get better at it. It just, it gets time. It just takes a little bit of time. So I'll be talking about that. And your opinions are welcome. So I hope you'll join me live on Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock Central Time for Gary J Sports, we were doing Gary J Sports Page. Yeah. So I hope you'll join me live 2 o'clock Central Time on Tuesday for the Gary Rustin program here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker, and we'll have a good time talking about all kinds of stuff. So that'll be a good show. You want to tune in. Tuesday, 2 o'clock Central, here on GJRB Online. That's 2 o'clock Central, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, here on GJRB for the Gary Rustin program. Until then, hope you enjoyed the program. Thanks for listening. And join me again next time for another edition of Gary J Sports Page on GJRB. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, smooth jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming. And programming in other great music formats. Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy.
That sound more like everyone else than anyone else.
Hey, all right, it's Kip Casper.
Spreaker is the website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.
It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Rustin, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945. On the next Swing Time.
Published on the GJRB Spreaker Public site Friday, July 28th at 8 p.m. Central.
We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russa program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russa program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's Podcast Weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Rustin program on GJRB. Another Radioland coming soon on GJRB Online.
This is GJR Broadcasting.